Alright, are we back? Is everything okay now? Alright, I think we're back. And I don't have my headset in. How's my audio, by the way, chat? Alright, we're back. Because right now I don't have my audio up. Just refresh. Audio is good. See, it's so funny because the audio is just coming straight from my laptop. So this is just showing that like headsets are like apparently not important. All right, I'm trying to close other things that could potentially be bogging down my computer. All right. Still recording there. Let me do this. Okay. Alright, scrolling back up. I gotta go through chat again. I'm sorry about that. Did I have any luck on Wonderland? Alright, so I showed you here. So this was... So I got 155th. I didn't do much in Epic. I did a little bit of pushing in Rare, a little bit, but not really. I haven't been putting the time in. I'm just gonna be 100% like honest with you guys. A major shout out here to Sheffy Poo. Again, went ahead and clinched #1 for the second time in a row in Epic. So that's so awesome, man. I'm really proud of you. Good for you. I remember all the times that we talked about events and stuff like that, and how it was really important for you to do well. So it's really awesome to see that you're doing it and crushing it over there. So keep doing it. It's okay to stream without the green screen. Always appreciate the content. Thanks, Pink. I appreciate that. How's it going? It's going good, Tex. Yeah, as long see that's kind of what I'm thinking, Teresa. You got 2 costumes for heroes you don't have. All right, so everybody. Okay. It's funny because I think that I'm not getting all of the comments, so reading from comments is gonna be better from actual YouTube. Okay. All right. Okay. So what's up, Rafka? Little background sound, but okay. There is a white noise in the background, but my voice is loud and clear. Okay, slight fan noise. So the fan noise, I think, is actually my fan itself. Hold on, I can probably position my legs so it doesn't overheat. Let me see this. Let me fix that. That should be better. I think now I'm like not covering it as much. Okay. All right. Okay, is everything... Alright, hopefully everything's back. You had some luck? Luck is good. Luck is good. What's up, Mass? When did I come back to the game? I came back to the game like 7 months ago, 6 months ago, something like that. Doing your ironing while watching the stream, nice. What do I think of Queen of Hearts Wilbur combo on defense? I'm not a fan of double red, and I'm not a fan of 4 stars being on defense, but I think it's a cool interaction. With the new costumes enhance hero 2 fighting class, do they have 2 lives for war? That's funny. Nope. Alright. It only took a major revamp and Cane Boy to retire for you to take the win. Oh, that's funny. What's up, Norin? How much items did I use to get to 155th? So, Toby, that's a good question. Let me I'll tell you right now. So when I started, I had Superman. I had about, I think it was like 153. I had about 43 tornadoes. The dragon attacks, I was up to, I think, like 125, and bombs, I was at 160 something. So about 100 bombs, dragons, about 30 tornadoes, and super mana was about like 50-ish. So, but I also use, yeah, I think that's all I used for items. But I was also like I would say pretty smart about it with what I was using and what I wasn't using. What's up? Dead Russ, thank you so much for following. Now followed, is that? I don't know how that came through. I wish I would have seen that. Give me 1 second. Let me see how this is coming up. Okay, that's fine. Did a follow just show up as a subscriber? Because normally it's different. But whatever you did, thanks. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Paul. I really appreciate that. Got your game up. I'm glad. You're really confused about specifically leveling up 2 repeated costumes. Yeah, Raphael, I'm going to go over that in just a second. From France. Cool, Gene. The guy in 3rd place was actually your apprentice this weekend. Got him top 10. Oh, that's so cool. Joking about 2 lives. Oh, I know, right? It's all good. Who do I think is worth a level with the costumes? Yeah, I'll go over that in a second, Joseph, for sure. How did I get so many keys? I spent like $6. Do I have any idea on emblems work when you add the costume? Do they rest? So they stay with the skill set that you have it on. So if you want emblems on it, you have to re-emblem it, if that makes sense. Disappointing you can't use alt emblems on the heroes, right? How long no see? Staying this longer? No, I think I've been enjoying the game and hanging out with my friends and doing that and not stressing so much. So let me I want to go. Let's talk costumes, and then I'm gonna get into actual gameplay and stuff like that. Alright, so I have 15 keys. The only reason why I did that was because I bought the offer. It was like $6 for 5 keys. So the actual keys themselves, when they first released this, I was pretty vocal about how I felt about the costumes and what they should do. So I think that they tried to do some stuff. We'll see how things continue to roll out. To be honest with you, I don't think they really took my suggestion, which I wish they did. Because as you can see 10 to open up 26. The unfortunate thing about costumes is that I don't really think that they're majorly beneficial to most of the consumers. And it's more of a passive type thing that you can do and collect. I wouldn't stress it too much just based on the actual things that you're getting out of it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and open them up. We got Gunner. And alright, so right there you can see it's like cool. I spent $6. I got the key, was like an open up, like alright, that's awesome. So they're gonna show us how we actually level them up. So you do have to start fresh. They figured it out that the leveling up part is about 1/4, or sorry, it's like 4 times the amount of experience. So you're getting about 4 times the amount of experience for each costume. Yes, you do have to level it up again. I'm not going to use a trainer on this guy. And then you're pretty much re-leveling the same hero. It's not too much. It's not that hard to actually level them up and complete them out. And the 4-star ascension, or sorry, 5-star don't require 4-star ascension items, so you don't have to worry about that. Ragnar, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Hopefully that was easy for you to do, but thank you so much for that. Ragnar, are you in is that Ragnarok? Is that you, Ragni? That's got to be you, Ragnarok. I appreciate that, buddy. Chat is stable for this live stream. Oh, cool. That's so awesome. Alright, so I'm gonna have to just go through this. So yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with how they rolled them out. There are some people that went ahead, so it actually looks like the costume chamber is only open for a day and 7 hours, so maybe they're trying to make it so there's an incentive to go and open them up quick. I don't know, but the problem is that the benefit that you're getting out of it, you're not getting too much out of it. In my opinion, it's not a big enough thing to stress about and worry about, because the benefit of it versus the amount of energy and effort that you're putting in to potentially collect that, not to mention even if you get the costume itself and you don't have the hero, like if I was to get Vivica costume and didn't have the hero, you're just chilling with a costume that doesn't really do anything, and then they're putting it at the same price as a new hero. It just doesn't add up for me, to me. And there's only a couple of heroes that I think that are like really good with the costume itself. And I actually have kind of a screenshot for you that I'm going to show you that shows the regular versus the costume. So definitely you can screenshot that. Which actually, let me go and pull that up. I'm just sitting here auto farming. Give me a second. I'm going to add this source. We're doing this. Now I do know, hopefully Mags will come and he'll be on the stream with us and give us his thoughts and ideas, because he's got every single costume and leveled them all up. So that's really cool that he did that. Give me a second. Should download that. Download that. Alright, let me do this. Oh, I didn't want that to show yet. Give me a second. Alright, so after I'm done with this battle, I'll pull up the costume and show you that. And then we can actually discuss the different heroes. Do that. Actually, maybe flip this around. a sec. Put this down. Alright, it's not liking this image very much, chat. We'll see how this looks. Give me a second. Alright, so this is the different... Can you guys see that by any chance, chat? Let me know if you guys can see that. Is that gonna be good enough? Can you guys read that by any chance? Let's see. It's kind of difficult to read. Let me see if I can find a way to get that, because it'll be... Oh, actually, that's not end of the world. Yeah, I can read that. And if you want, like, I have on my computer, I can read it, but it might be super... Can you guys read that on your phones? It's too small? Not really. Okay, it's small. Alright, let me see... the blurriness will go away. Reads fine. It's very... Alright, it's too small on your... Let me see. Give me a second. Let me see what I can do. Because unfortunately, this screenshot is set up to where it's just vertical. Alright, too small. Let me see. Give me a second, chat. I'm gonna like edit this, and then I'll put it to where it's in two, and then that will allow me to extend it out. I wonder if I can auto this. Hopefully I can auto this while I'm working on this. Because I want to make sure you guys actually get this. Get this. Okay. We'll cut off for June. Oh, this isn't autoing. Sorry. Sorry. 2. Alright, so let's try... I'm gonna upload both of these onto the stream. And then that should... Nope, not that. That should help out. I'll probably just add source. Let's try this. There we go, chat. And I'll actually move this over here. Or actually, here, I'm going to hide this real quick. I'll let you guys get this screenshot. A couple of screenshots. Give me 1 second. Let's do this. Oh, let me see where. There you go. Actually, here I'll just put this. Oh, now we're gonna do that. Okay, so that's gonna be kind of goofy. All right, so you guys don't have to see me for the time being, but this is a good screenshot for you. Let me go get the other one for you. So this shows you actually the differences. So I'm actually going to talk about them. So Liliana, her regular form is 512 to the target. She's a ranger. When you fully customize her out, it shows you actually the differences between the two, which is really cool too. So she does 482 to the target, minus 34 mana generation for 3 turns. So Liliana is actually pretty sweet in her costume form. She also switches over to a cleric, so that could be helpful. So where costumes, I think, are beneficial come into play when you've got issues with running clerics, or you're switching up the emblems, that type of stuff. But again, keep in mind, if you do reset them, you can't just convert ranger emblems into clerics. You're going to have to restart all over. So just keep that in mind, that you can't switch between the two very easily. And then it looks like there's some slight differences with her stats there. So I'm not really going to go over the stats too much on them. Switching Horgel Druid to a Ranger, 235 to all enemies. They get minus 34 attack for 6 turns. All the way up, it's 215 to all enemies. And all enemies get minus 54 attack for 6 turns. So that might be sweet. I could see that actually coming into play. Vivica is actually the other one that people have thought might be beneficial to it. So as you know, she recovers the health, gives the defense, and dispels. So switching this off now, it gives 44 health to all allies. All enemies get minus 44 defense for 4 turns, and dispels buffs from all enemies. So the reason why Vivica is actually really cool and really beneficial is because she is a defense down for Titans, where yellow just got Jackal is the other one. So before in the past, you didn't have defense down for yellow, but now you have the ability to have defensive down for yellow. So that's where she can come in and be quite useful. June, you're going to get a little bit more on the target and less on your accuracy, and it's switching from monk to fighter. So that's those. Give me a second. I'll get ready for another screenshot for you. Alright, so this is the other one. So Elena, it's another screenshot for you. She deals 202 to all enemies. They get the counterattack. So this switches to 172, and the caster and allies get 155 counterattack. So that's just going to be the 3 of them versus all enemies, or all allies. Switching from fighter to rogue, there's potential there. Oh, everybody's dying here. Let me see. Let me make sure I don't just waste all my energy real quick. Asarnia, she's going to deal 235 damage to all enemies. They get minus 444. Switches it up to 255 to all enemies and a little bit less. So I wouldn't do Asarnia. I think that makes her worse, in my opinion. And then going to Quintus. Quintus does 270 to all enemies. Now it switches over to 235 to all enemies, and all enemies get minus 34 attack for 4 turns. So definitely some benefits there. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Let me do this. I mean, that wasn't too bad. I guess all I had to do was just click that diamond and I would have fixed everything. Alright. Alright, let me go ahead. I'll switch it over to the other one. Give me a second. I gotta edit this real quick. So it'll be displaying properly. Oh, that's the one that I wanted. Alright, so I'm gonna edit the other one real quick so you can get a screenshot of that as well. Hold on 1 second, chat. Okay. Alright, so this is the next one. So the next one that we've got Melindor. 42 to all allies, dispels buffs. And then now this is regenerates 600 HP over 3 turns. All allies get 46 defense for 3 turns, and then it dispels buffs from all enemies. So this shows all the stats there. If you want to go and check out the stats, what it switches to from Druid to Wizard. We've got Skittle Skull, 185 to all enemies, minus 34. Now this is just a slight change with damage versus attack. Li Zhu, she 150 to all enemies, reduces mana by 20%. And then this one goes 180 damage to all enemies and reduces mana 10%, which I wouldn't recommend her at all. The 20% is quite relevant because you don't need to just click a dragon and you get your mana back up. 20% is relevant, so I'm not a fan of 10%. And then Bolt Tusk recovers 27% and the attack power up 46. Now it goes to 30% and 37%, and all allies get 30% attack for 4 turns. So more on the health side there. So that's that. And then let me get the last one here for you guys. I guess we'll leave that there. So Sonya, she gets 345 damage to the target, dispels buffs. 345 dispel status ailments. So it just switches over to cleanse now on your dudes. And then regard 42 to all health, dispelling. And now this is switching over to the regenerating over 3 turns, plus your attack goes up for 3 turns and dispels status ailments from allies. So I could see that regard might get more use on Titans. So that could definitely be a thing there. Tibertus gets 295 damage to the target nearby. Get 34 for 6 turns. Now this is going to deal damage to all enemies, and all enemies get 34. So I would probably, I like Tibertus on offense, potentially, if you're running that. So that kind of gives you some information there. Good screenshots for you to kind of consider. In my opinion, I'm not sold on it enough to be switching it. Mostly, if they changed it up and made it so that you could obtain the costumes a lot easier, then I would probably be more apt to kind of stand behind it. So Tibertus, I'm trying to think if I'll even level that costume up, if it's worth it. I mean, it doesn't cost you really too much in resources to level the costume up. That's not the issue. The issue comes in from obtaining the costumes. And I'm not personally going to spend the same amount for a 10x roll that I could be getting with Atlantis or a Hero of the Month, where that stuff would be really kind of changing to your development, versus spending that same amount of gems for this. It just, I'll passively open it, and I'll probably passively level up costumes, and that's fine. But I personally am not going to chase it because the value with it is definitely not worth it. So, alright. So I think that kind of goes through kind of the costumes, stuff like that. That might help. I need to greatly go quickly back through chat real quick. So, because I just went through so much. Alright. I'm scrolling quite up. Alright, so Sarah's going to watch on replay. Ungenerous, yeah. Hopefully we can do it. Yeah, so you do have to re-emblem costumes. Thanks, Mass. Okay, what's my favorite costume so far? So if I had to choose with the costumes, I think the most important for me would have been Vivica, but I don't even have Vivica. I would definitely level one up for June just to have. But I think that Vivica offers the most in usability, in a sense, for me personally. Liana, she's pretty good too. So I'm not crazy about it. Where do I usually farm for AR? I'm doing Season 2, 10. Season 2, Stage 1, Province 1, Stage 10. Yeah, costumes should have been at most half the price. I agree, Chef. Yeah, definitely not using gems for costume pools. Yeah, I wouldn't really recommend it too much. Yeah. Yeah, Max is like a Pokemon master, but on an EP scale. That's so true. It's funny. Gonna go sell your liver for costumes, right? So when is she to send me a free Chef Boltest costume, right? I think you should get one. Alright, so those are too small, blurry. Hopefully you guys said that it was fine after I fixed it. Alright. Game isn't on auto. Okay, I fixed that. Alright. It's all because you don't stream. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm scrolling through. Chef's fan base should be called the Waiters. That's funny. Yeah, you don't like that. Huge stat boost for Liliana. All these emblems and costume war is going to be tough unless you go mono. That's funny, Gotti. You know what's funny, Gotti, is that somebody said to me the other day when I was doing mono, they're like, oh, it looks like you're doing the Gotti. I was like, dude, I've been doing mono for, like, ever. But, risky auto farming last stage, heart of the trials. That's funny. Yeah, at least I caught it, Sheffy. At least I caught it. If you have Sheshet and Liliana, can't use both on defense. Okay. Watch your gameplay, right? Hell is dead. It's so funny. We figured it out. So that was Teresa. That was a loot that came through. Okay. I'm almost through chat. I'm close. You guys know me. I like to go through chat. The final trial is evil. All right. Didn't seem that bad. Okay. Anchor bottom. Yeah, it's cut off. I know. I'm gonna fix it pink in a second. Alright, can I explain the emblems on the costume? So Matt, if you want your costume to be emblemed up, you're gonna have to fix your emblems and redo it. You can't have emblems on both. To me, the value is if you don't have 5 stars leveled yet, a cheaper costume can level faster. Well, you can't use the costume unless you have the original hero fully leveled out. So you have to have it leveled out fully. All right. Let me get rid. I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. Give me a second. I gotta fix my screen because I think it's doing the weird thing. All right. Let me do this real quick, chat. Hold on. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's still doing the weird thing. All right. I think I might have fixed it. No, of course not. Name capture. So it's so touchy. Alright, I gotta restart air server. It's so funny because there is no, just so you guys know, chat, there is no tutorials on how to fix this. None. Okay. Alright, back there. Perfect. What is that tattoo on my arm? I've got a bunch of stuff on my arm. It's just a ton of stuff. You don't have to re-emblem. So it's only converted on the costume. Alright, so then so then they changed that. There was an issue on the costumes themselves and emblems. Alright. So it did convert on the costume. So I know, like, you can't go back and forth between the emblems. So you can't give emblems of both types to it at both times. Does that make sense? So if it is cleric and druid, you can't level up cleric and then also switch it and also level up druid. Unless if they switch that now to where you can use both cleric and druid to level it up and you get the same nodes. I don't know. Thanks, Jay Godley. Okay. Well, it's not. The wacky part is not because of my face. It's just because of Air Server. Air Server got mad at me, and it was actually extending it out to the right. So, but I appreciate it. It's more of it wouldn't display it properly. So you can never give emblems of the costume class ever. All right. So you can only give emblems to the base hero. Thanks for confirming that, Brent. So only originals, but it converts over to the talent. Okay. Thanks for confirmation, guys. I just knew that you could only level up one type. You can't level up multiple types on the same hero. Even though it does switch over. What's up, baby? What's up, Elite? Okay, so I've got the raid tournament, which within Anchor Cove, I've been kind of discussing more of the raid stuff, the weekly raid, setting up teams and everything like that. I haven't done any of my attacks yet. So I'm just gonna do my attacks here quick. Any idea on season 3? They haven't really given us much with that. Do I have anything else? Let's do that. So what do you guys think of the costumes? You received a June costume but don't have June. Also see you don't have the costume. Correct, Matt. So if the Elena costume is rogue, but original is fighter, you can only use fighter emblems. You can only use fighter emblems even though she converts over to rogue. Receive June costume, but don't have the June. But I also don't see that I have the costume. So Jay Godley, you just have to click on the costumes. Let's see. Over here. So Brent says, so disappointing that you cannot use the new cost class emblems to destroy the utility for you because you know sorcerer or wizard worth ascending, but Viv would have been amazing. Yeah, Brent. Yeah. Choose to purchase on one level with costume season 1. You don't have the original. Oh, so you don't have to have the original hero to level up. Just played with one. Give me 1 second on that one. Then that must be a new change. Okay, so you just use Tubertus on level 1 with a costume in Season 1 battle. You don't have to have the original one to level it up. Just played with one. Okay, so with the costumes, so you have to own at least the hero itself. Doesn't have to be fully leveled. But you have to actually have it. So thoughts on Neath. Give me a second. I'll do a quick kind of breakdown on Neath. Special skill. Oh, I didn't even realize that, Chef. But after you level it all the way up, they did switch it over that once it's fully leveled, that the costumes and the skill sets level up super easy. Gives amazing boost to 4 3-star costumes, Spiritus tier 2, yeah. Can't take a costume to higher tier than the original hero? Okay. In order to max the costume, you need the maxed original. Interesting, Matt. Alright. I'll finish the raid tournament and then I'll get into Neath. Do purple dudes. Do I only see? I'm so bad with 3 stars. Look at that. It's like the most awkward team to bring against him. But whatever. Two. Is it 2 life? That's not irritating. Let's see. I'm gonna let you go off first. Okay. Alright, you do already have another Tubertus already leveled though. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to overlevel every to max the skill set. Yeah, costume's just another money business. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them. Can you take off the costume? Yes, you can. Oh, but you have to level it up again? Oh, I didn't know that, Chef. You have to re-level it? I didn't know that. I thought that they... Vivica gonna be a good tank with a costume. No, I wouldn't do it. Dexter. I wouldn't tank with a slow hero, unfortunately. That's so cool you were able to beat Zero, Scotty. Okay, well. So chat, stop using emblems on not that great a hero and focus more on leveling up multiple heroes instead. you're going to get the biggest benefit value of multiple heroes leveled up rather than using all your ham on mediocre 3 and 4 stars. Okay. So if you have 2 June, you need to max the costume twice to use it on both June. Interesting. You have to level the costume for each iteration of the hero. So if 2 regards, level the costume for each regard, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'm Jay Godley. I'm kind of in that boat. It was not. I don't think they rolled it out properly, and I definitely voiced that. I think that it could have been a lot better done, and unfortunately, they decided to go a different route. But what that means is I can just not really focus on it too much, and not really mess with it. The value for me is not there to invest a ton of energy into it. You have a hero with the Senate, take it off, put the costume on, stay at the same level. So Rat says that they stay at the same level. That's what I thought. Yeah, you guys can definitely just choose not to spend. Yeah, let's I'm gonna test something real quick. So you guys might be actually hearing a piano in the background. Okay. Scotty, yes, they can make you stronger, just depends. Alright, let me see something real quick. Alright, so... Zergar... No, it's Tibertus. Alright, so... So yeah, so guys, it doesn't make you re-level it up. He's just back. So you just switch between the two. So I didn't lose the levels. You just have to level up the costume once. So let's see. So this costume, though, I need to level up this one. So if you're wondering what happened to your Depertus, you don't have to re-level up the original. You just have that. So hopefully that answers it. And then, like I said, that screenshot I just sent you over there actually shows you where they go, where they go to. Okay. So that handles that. Yeah, I just showed you, Kyle. So that shows you if you have two costumes for the same one, you gotta level up both costumes. But the costumes themselves, I mean, you saw how much I just put into it. I mean, I'll just grab. We'll see how much this gets me. This is just like, because this counts for 4 times the amount. So leveling it up, not that big of a deal. Like, I'm okay if I just spent that to pretty much get the first tier. Not end of the world. We'll go and ascend him. Doesn't really cost much to ascend him. Yeah, what Chef said in the very beginning, that's the biggest issue, is going to be the leveling of the skill sets. That's going to be annoying. But I'm assuming you're just going to have to get it maxed and then throw more heroes into it, like we did before. So right now I've used about 60 heroes to level this up. Where's he at? And I might as well, I'll just max him out. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see. Right now I'm kind of storing heroes. So one thing I want to know, though, is if I was to get Vivica costume, if I could level up Vivica costume and then open up a Vivica, how far I would have to level her up. Does any I don't have any other costumes, Ragnarok. So I didn't do a ton of pulls. I'm just hoping I don't run out of ham. So one thing that you guys are going to have to keep in... Oh, I ended up wasting heroes. So I don't have the ham. So one thing that you are going to have to keep in mind is leveling up heroes. Like, you're going to have to pick and choose between leveling up costumes or leveling up new heroes. And right now, I would have much rather made more 3 stars or versatile 4 stars rather than wasted on a costume that I might not use. So just keep that in mind when you're considering doing the costumes, that there is a certain price to it that you have to keep in mind. Oh, OP, thanks so much for the donation, buddy. I appreciate it. Thank you very, 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 very much. I appreciate that, man. Let me see. You had 92 million ham stored in your TC12? Wow, alright. Yep, I don't. I need to level up troops. What do you do with multiples of the same costume? So the multiples of the same costume, you are going to need to, you can use them to level up the costumes. Okay. Yeah. Which are my threes? Which threes are your favorite? Off topic. I really like the dude I'm tanking with. Let me think real quick. I always forget his name. So Bukan. I really like him. He's really cool. He's got a lot of utility. Squire Rabbit is pretty cool. I think that I really love the tournaments because it forces you to use them. Gunner was always one of my favorites before. Yes, that's funny. Oops, not that. Costume. It's a regular one. Alright. Breen, probably the best 3-star, I would say. He would do another video in the future about costumes because it seems like there's a lot of confusion. Yeah, Edith, it's day 1 on this. But we're getting through it. What about Radabop? What about my opinion? Thanks, Miss March. I appreciate that. Have a good one. Okay. Ragnarok, I'm gonna get you added to Anchor Cove too. All right, so I think that kind of covers the costumes bit for sure. In that. 53 in there. 59. 111. So 583. So I've got a decent amount of heroes right now. My ham's pretty low. Yes, Lest, I am still working with that. I'm doing a whole revamp on that. I'm actually going to talk to somebody. I'm going to send them a message after the stream because I'm working on some things on mathematically making the hero grading. I'm going to recalibrate the whole grading and I'm going to regrade every hero. So it's just been a huge process. And I'm probably going to try and launch it for like the first of the year, around the first of the year. So it could be like the 2020 version is kind of where I'm going. But it's definitely something that I've been working on. So, yeah, it will change. Absolutely, Violence. It's definitely going to change the grades for sure. Because a lot has changed. I mean, you look at Albie as a tank. Nobody's tanking with Albie anymore. Or you look at like Ares being a top tank. It's just not a top tank anymore. It's just everything has changed. So all the grades need to be revisited and readdressed and redone. And that's what I'm doing. So LT Snow, thanks so much for the loots. I appreciate that. Yeah. And do I have... Let's see, there's a Titan. Titan's spawning in 5 hours. I'm going to do some raids. Thanks, Lest. I appreciate that. I think I'm going to put together some more interactive kind of fun things to do on the stream too. So I'm thinking about making the Wheel of Shame. So different things that'll happen based on what people do. So yeah, some thoughts that I have, ideas coming up. How am I liking Grazul? Grazul is really cool on offense. Not a fan of him on defense at all. Really liking Kingston. I finally finished Kingston because I finally got my tonic. So that's cool. I've got my Neath. I finished Neath as well, which actually, that reminds me. Let's talk about Neath. Black Knight's insane. Black Knight is actually really good as a tank also. Russomate, which I'm surprised he's not hanging out on the stream with us right now, has been using him flanking too. So Black Knight's really good. If you have Black Knight, I highly recommend it. So he's good. Thanks, Mario. Just to clear up the emblems issue, only the original emblems can be applied. For example, bold can only... Yeah, we figured that out, Martin. Okay, but I appreciate it. So costumes are only available during the event? I don't know. Apparently they rolled it out and decided that it was gonna be monthly. But I'm just... Chat, like, you can see how excited I was about it. I'm not throwing gems into it. If if I get it, cool. If not, cool too. But I'm certainly not stressing them. And just because the value added for it versus the cost and then the randomization of it, not really worth it. Jabberwock's pretty cool. Interesting hero. I'm not 1,000,000% sold on him. I'd have to look at his stats. I don't know them off the top of my head right this second. But he's an interesting kind of fun little hero. So it's a 48-hour period once a month. Am I gonna get blinded again? Bad. Well, that was quite rude. Nope, didn't get lucky. Getting hit with justice twice was not good. Where should I go? Oh. I think as long as I don't get hit twice, I might be okay with it. Oh my god. That blind was so real, though. Alright. Keona in the wing. Yeah, Trickster, I lazily put this, I just redid that team. Give me a second. Hell, there we go. Oh, I goofed. I meant to rematch. So right now, chat, I've been chasing iron at the moment. So I've just been farming iron in raids. And my threshold that I'm doing is 20k. Excuse me. So if it's got 20k and above, I attack them. Which that's like, because I've been doing that, I've been like losing to some like really bad teams sometimes because I'm not really caring or paying attention and just get crushed. What's up, Gretchen? Thanks for hanging out. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up. Who's better, Lepus or Richard? They're both really good, but I would probably, it depends on your emblems. But I really like Lepus. Who should you level first, Alice or Magni, if you already have Frida and Grim maxed? I would do Alice for the rogue emblems. Also, who's better, Kingston or Ladylock? Kingston. Okay. Sorry, I missed your question the first time. Yeah, I really like Kingston. Kingston's awesome. Justice is your nemesis? That's funny. Hey, he gets in there, apparently. Alright. Alright, sorry, I'm scrolling through chat. For Justice, you always June blind on her. Alright. Thanks, Gretchen. I really appreciate that. You hate Justice tanks more than Gwen tanks? That's funny. Yeah, usually they die quicker. So Justice definitely works. Do I have Justice? I'm not maxing out Justice. I'm pretty sure I have Justice. And just decide. Do I have Justice? No, I don't have Justice. I wouldn't max out Justice personally. Let me get into Neath actually. So I haven't talked about the Hero of the Month. So I have Neath. I have one leveled all the way up. I have been using Neath for sure. It's been pretty cool with the resist mana stopping. So that's kind of helpful against Gwen, stuff like that. I had higher expectations for Neith on defense. I tested Neith out as a tank, and ultimately I like Drake Fong slightly better. Running at fast speed versus the average speed is the issue. I think Neith actually pairs better in like a 3-2 team versus right now I'm using Neith in mono. So the reason why Neith would be really good because I already have a lot of blind stuff like that. So Neith could actually be kind of an offshoot hero. So Jackal Neith might be okay, or Neith and Onatel for kind of controlling mana and controlling hero specials. So the doing it all to the enemies is pretty relevant. The damage and then the accuracy for all the enemies is relevant. The reducing of the mana of enemies by 10% isn't as relevant as I thought it would be. 20% is definitely a big difference versus 10% because at 10% you can just click on a dragon and solve it, versus 20% that's a little bit more difficult. So I really had high expectations for her on defense, but not overwhelmingly positive. So, but on offense, still amazing. So preliminary type grade, I would give her probably a B on Titans, A on offense, and B on defense, both flanking as well as tank. So that kind of gives you the general thing. The issue though is that Neith actually is in Ranger class, which goes against a lot of other heroes, and that's her problem too because embleming her out isn't that easy. So that kind of gives you my opinion on Neith. Okay. Oh, she can oh, sorry. Yeah, I said Gwen. I meant Hell. I apologize. Not Gwen. Sorry. Yeah, I meant Hell. I don't know why I would say Gwen. I was thinking about Gwen because Gwen was who I was trying to potentially compare her to, but it didn't round out that way. When do you think we'll get a 5-star Jackal? Never. Can you recommend a good way to get 5-star heroes cheap to play? You've gotten 2 5-stars in a year. So Ryan, you need to bring your training camps up to 20 and run all 4 at training camp 20. That and then the events, those have definitely helped out to get more tokens. So you got to run TC20, and I would run at least 3, maybe 4, just to at least get the basic ones. Thoughts on Margaret on offense? I'm not huge on Margaret at all in general. You're running Drake at 11, Tank and War. Brent, I would keep Drake over Justice. I like Drake as a tank versus Justice. Greetings from a country where it's oh so sometimes annoying game spawned from originally. Oh, that's funny. How is the weather in Finland? You think in war when enemy runs out of purple it makes slow tank more viable in the second half of war? I think it just depends on the alliances you're facing. Why don't I make Kingston in my defense? So the reason why Kingston isn't in my defense is because of emblems. The more gear you use, the more problems there are with audio. I don't really have much gear going on. I love Sheshat. Sheshat's insane. Sheshat is actually the reason why there's so much of an issue because the heroes, like the emblems for her, like switching everything around has been kind of an issue because she's just so good on defense. She's really annoying. She's hard to kill. She deals a lot of damage, and she just regenerates her minions. So she's really good. +3 here, no snow yet. Mach R, it's funny because I run mono purple all the time and I don't like Mach R at all. Which people are surprised to know that. Loving the videos, helped you out quite a bit, especially the top movement. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that that helped. I have 2 videos that are coming out that will be pretty beneficial. So I have an Emblems one and then a weekly raids tournament one too that's going to be coming out as well. So the Emblems video should hopefully drop tomorrow. I'm just waiting on approval, but I think that there's definitely some good value in there. And then the 1%, I think that that will help too a lot because I gave some really good information on getting top 1% in raids. So some good content videos coming up. And then, like I said, I'm trying to get on a little bit more of a schedule so I can hang out with you guys more. What's up, D2Z? How are you, dear? Alright, you have Max Seshat. Should you send second Seshat or go with Sartana? I would go with second Seshat. There's just nothing... Like, Seshat is just better. Unfortunately. Or fortunately, I don't know. I'm just getting crushed. Alright, so you pull Emblems off Liliana to give to Seshat. She's one of the strongest all-around heroes of the game. Not gravy good, but not far off. Yeah, she's... I would have done the same thing. Seriously, is anyone excited about costume? Can already see people online. It's got the skins for the heroes they don't have. Wish they let us put it on armor like on. Yeah. Chad, I don't know. I wasn't huge on them. I think I'm gonna after this. Alright, so that's just I'm gonna rematch there. I'll get you when I come back. What? Why don't you? Alright, thank you. Alright, so I'm gonna auto farm. And then I think I'm gonna call this a wraps, chat. So this is a good time to ask kind of the last questions that you might have. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, you have 2 Sheshets here, Lover, yeah. The Liliana skin's pretty cool. The skin looks cool. It's going to be PETA when costumes appear in defense teams. Who's going to learn a new cleanser? Who's Dispeller? Yeah, it's kind of a goofy thing. Stats go up with costumes, yep. What's up, Stimpack? Oh, that's cool. Glad you were able to catch me for the first time. That's awesome. Panther, Sheshet, Victor, Second Hell, which one to ascend first? I would honestly probably do Panther first. Yeah, not a fan, free to play yourself, take too long to level up. Yeah. No problem, Jay Godley. Thanks for hanging out and contributing. I really, really appreciate that. It was really cool to see you guys coming and hanging out. For sure. Why did Ares drop off so bad? What do you mean? Ares is still really good on offense. I like the costumes, but have an army of 3 and 4 stars, literally a 30 of each. Yep. So somebody's doing a loots. I'm gonna read that in a second. Suppose you have to check trials if you have extra heroes from class. Yeah. Thank you for supporting the stream. Oh, this is funny. This is somebody doing that. Cool. Am I summoning custom? So Stim, I already did four summons. What is favorite event to do in a hero pull? That's a good question. Probably Knights, mostly for Gwen, because Gwen's still just a pain and still really really good, unfortunately. But I would say actually the best is gonna be Guardians. Guardians is definitely the best event and most important event to be pulling from, because like Guardian Jackal is so good, Falcon's so good, Panther's so good. They're all really important for Titans, and they're all actually really good on offense too. So if I had to choose one, I'd probably choose Guardians. No problem, Toby. Opinions on Grazul? I love Grazul on offense. So Ares at 15. Yeah, it's that's your call, Brent. I think that she used to be like Ares used to be way better. What's opinion on Marie Threes? I'm not a big fan of her, but Chrissy, I made a video on that, actually discussing the event heroes. So if you go through, I did talk about the new updated heroes for that. I unfortunately didn't do the ones from the last one that we just had, but the rabbit is super important from the last one. No problem, Ryan. Let's see, am I just gonna die here? Yep, apparently. Wilbur too good. You could see the Atlantis map guide out normal mode. What do you think? I don't know what you mean by that. From left to right, help me put together this team. Vivica, Sheshat, Magni, Marjana, Liliana. If I had to... I probably run... So either... I mean, you could technically tank with Marjana, Sheshat, or Vivica. I think that Vivica's probably best to be running as a tank, if you have to use her. I'm not a big fan of her in the wings. So either I would run Marjana, Sheshat, Vivica, Magni, Liliana, or I would run yeah, that's funny. That's close to what I said, but Liliana, Magni, Viv, Sheshat, Marjana. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. Thoughts on Queen of Heart? As a flank, I'm not huge on her as a flank. Ursania tank. I would probably do Queen of Hearts tank and Ursania flank. Ursania is amazing as a tank, also as a flank. She's been really good as both. Pink, thanks so much for the loots. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, Marjana is really good with emblems. It's funny because I have my Marjana up right now, but I'm considering switching it over to Kiana. So I have 248 emblems that I just haven't used on her, because I'm considering just swapping it out for Kiana, mostly for wars, because I'm not really using Marjana on defense as well as... But I mean, it might be a consideration that maybe I run Marjana over Zamkita, so I haven't considered that yet. So I'm kind of torn with what I want to do with that. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this our wraps for today. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. If you're not subscribed, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, just so you can so you can be notified when things go up. Like I said, I should have a new video out tomorrow, and then I'm planning on trying to find a way to stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays is my hope, or Wednesday or Thursday. I need to at least get to weekly with you guys, but this ran pretty successfully here, so yeah. All right. Well, you guys have an awesome day. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the donations. Ragnarok, thank you for joining up and becoming a member, and donation from OP. So thank you guys. Hope you have a great day.